in the East tangle tonight, Devin, and this is what it looks like in the table coming into this one.
Still a lot to be decided within the top four, and when you take a look at Birmingham Legion and Miami FC, both are still within striking distance. Legion are obviously right there, but with all the movement around the Eastern Conference, those 6-point swings are officially upon us. Each game down the end of the season means that much more.
Yeah, Miami's coming off a big result over Lou City last time out, Devin. Kyle Murphy with the damage early, and then Miami holds on for the win.
As the game went on, I didn't think they were going to be able to hold on, to sit back and absorb that much pressure, Sean. They were outshot, outpossessed, outpassed, you name it, but they found a way through their number 9 in 4 out of the last 5 games to get a result and move out with 3 points. Fantastic against Louisville.
Not to be outdone, but the visitors tonight are coming in red-hot form, winning 6 of their last 7.
They're turning heads, and even that 7th one, it's going to sting a little bit. They were the better team against Detroit City. Let's get this out of the way. They went to Phoenix, to New Mexico, to Memphis, to Sac. Some teams haven't been able to take down one of them. They did it against all 4, and throw in San Diego just for good measure. There's an evolution within Tommy Sohn's boys as the season has gone on that has proved that they can be a contender come playoff time, and yet both of these teams are starting to do it on the offensive end, but they've relied defensively. That's where their prowess has been in the consistency factor. Shutouts, magnificent. Goals against, 25. That's tied for 4th best in the league. Miami, 3 games running, they've kept a shutout. Can Birmingham Legion go on the road and produce another quality victory? I say yes. Miami FC and Anthony Pulis will definitely say no.
The push to the postseason continues. Miami wants to be there for a 2nd consecutive season. And for Birmingham Legion, they have unfinished business in the playoffs as well. 2 of the best in the East tangle in Miami. The kickoff is coming up next. Sean St. Jacques, Devin Kerr back here with you at the half between Miami and Birmingham. Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. And of course, Devin, both of these teams want to push for the top 4 and a home playoff game to give themselves the best chance to get to the USL Championship game.
I'm done trying to figure this season out. I mean, it's gotten to that area where, you know, you think that a team has momentum and they're going to make a run at it, and all of a sudden they fall flat, right? You had Miami FC who couldn't put anything into the back of the net, but then they get their 9, Kyle Murphy, and of course Romeo Park starts to score, and they move their way up. Birmingham Legion have turned their season around. Louisville's still in first. I mean, the way that we've seen the Eastern Conference go this year, nothing surprises me as to what could be next.
It's going to be interesting to see how that gets impacted by the second half. Miami's upcoming schedule looks like this. That's a big 3-game homestand right there in the middle of the month.
You don't want to call it a cakewalk on the first 2. However, it certainly doesn't hurt that as you approach the why can't I talk? And wow. That's me.
Yeah.
I said a pros. Sorry. That hamburger has my mouth so dry. Sorry.
Sean St. Jacques, Devin Kerr back here with you at the break between Miami and Birmingham Legion. We're looking forward to the second 45, but first let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings coming in to the night. Miami are in 6th. Birmingham Legion, for the time being, are in 4th, both pushing for a home playoff game when we get to the end of the regular season.
Sean, I get paid to tell you what you should expect and what to see. I have no clue anymore. That's the season that we're having, right? And it's not just the West, it's not just the East, it's the entire USL Championship, right? Like, Detroit City in the upstart year that they're having have been great. Miami FC couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. All of a sudden, Kyle Murphy, 4 in 5 games. Birmingham Legion looked flat at the beginning of the year. They've made their way into a playoff spot. 901 FC is in 2nd in these. Nothing surprises me anymore. Anything is right around the corner.
Next 5 coming up for Miami. There's that big 3-game homestand in the middle of the month going into October.
It certainly never hurts, by the way, that with 7 games to go, you have a layup, in theory, at Red Bull and home against ATL UTD2. I mean, if you're a coach looking, that's a guaranteed 6 points. You could make the argument that at that point in time, Monterey Bay, their fate may have been sealed and done depending on how the next couple of fixtures play themselves out. And for Birmingham Legion, what they've been able to do, really in the second portion of the season, they're one of the best teams in the championship for me. I talked about the evolution in the Open. We see it within their gameplay. They give you everything. Now, can they continue to do so? Because this ending stretch for them, I'm not going to call it impossible, but if I'm sitting at home making a schedule, I can promise you this. I wouldn't want to play the Rowdies, yet alone have to go there. Certainly want nothing to do with Pittsburgh. I don't want to go cross country to Oakland, and then you have to welcome, right now, the #1 overall seed to your home at Protective Stadium, the second to last week of the season. Not saying they can't do it, but that is a very difficult slate of games to maneuver.
And still have 45 minutes to go in this one. We'll take a break. We'll look at news and notes, the schedule, and the live scoreboard coming up as Miami plays Birmingham here tonight in a big game for playoff hopes and for playoff positioning. Plenty more to come from the 305, all coming up next. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to FIU Stadium in beautiful Miami, Florida, for an Eastern Conference tilt as Miami FC plays host to Birmingham Legion. It's presented by Helbiz. Sean St. Jacques, Devin Kerr on hand for this one. Two of the best in the East Tangle tonight, Devin, and this is what it looks like in the table coming into this one.
Still a lot to be decided within the top four, and when you take a look at Birmingham Legion and Miami FC, both are still within striking distance. Legion are obviously right there, but with all the movement around the Eastern Conference, those 6-point swings are officially upon us. Each game down the end of the season means that much more.
Yeah, Miami's coming off a big result over Lou City last time out, Devin. Kyle Murphy with the damage early, and then Miami holds on for the win.
As the game went on, I didn't think they were going to be able to hold on. To sit back and absorb that much pressure, Sean, they were outshot, outpossessed, outpassed, you name it, but they found a way through their number 9 in 4 out of the last 5 games to get a result and move out with 3 points. Fantastic against Louisville.
Not to be outdone, but the visitors tonight are coming in red-hot form, winning 6 of their last 7.
They're turning heads, and even that 7th one, it's going to sting a little bit. They were the better team against Detroit City. Let's get this out of the way. They went to Phoenix, to New Mexico, to Memphis, to Sac. Some teams haven't been able to take down one of them. They did it against all 4, and throw in San Diego just for good measure. There's an evolution within Tommy Sohn's boys as the season has gone on that has proved that they can be a contender come playoff time, and yet both of these teams are starting to do it on the offensive end, but they've relied defensively. That's where their prowess has been in the consistency factor. Shutouts, magnificent. Goals against, 25. That's tied for 4th best in the league. Miami, 3 games running, they've kept a shutout. Can Birmingham Legion go on the road and produce another quality victory? I say yes. Miami FC and Anthony Pulis will definitely say no.
The push to the postseason continues. Miami wants to be there for a 2nd consecutive season. And for Birmingham Legion, they have unfinished business in the playoffs as well. 2 of the best in the East Tangle in Miami. The kickoff is coming up next.
Some people think Miami is just flamingos and palm trees.
And hell yes, we have badass sunsets.
But Miami's Little Havana,
Doral,
Little Haiti,
Hialeah,
Wynwood, Coconut Grove,
Kendall,
Calle Ocho, Sweetwater, Homestead,
cortaditos y coladas
empanadas y croquetas.
is so much more. This is the 305.
This is who we really are. This is what we are all about.
I am Latino.
I'm a disruptor.
I am LGBTQ.
I am a villain.
I am a mother.
I am Haitian.
I am an athlete.
I am an activist.
I am a king.
I am American Dream.
I am the future.
I am
Miami FC.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Helbiz, Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, Macron, and Broadmax Networks. Sean St. Jacques, Devin Kerr here with you, getting you set for Miami FC and Birmingham Legion FC. Excited for this one. Two of the top 6 going at it tonight at FIU Stadium. Let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Helbiz. Anthony Pulis' lineup looks like this, Devin.
You would think no changes, right? But happy birthday to the birthday boy. Jake McGuire steps into goal. He gets the opportunity. That's right. September 3rd. And we're celebrating. That'll be his 5th start on the season. 1 goal against for average and 2 shutouts on the year. That's not too shabby. As they go forward, though, it's wash, rinse, repeat. Stout back 4, overlapping runs. That's been really prevalent from Mark Segbers. The 2 holding midfielders trying to push through. Florian Velo to his 8 assists on the season. Pretty impressive. And, of course, Kyle Murphy, as mentioned in the open, 4 goals in the last 5 games. Tom Sohn and Birmingham Legion, they are on cruise control right now. The only change for them is going to be Mikey Lopez, who'll drop in at the left back spot. There is something about this team. It is a sophisticated adaptability as they have gone on this year, and it's because of every single player buying into the next position around them. Mikey Lopez is capable of inverting. He can drop into the 6, but still get down into the channel. Enzo Martinez on the left, in the 9, in the false 9, the 10, the 8. He plays anywhere, and I love what we've seen out of the midfield 3 in Asidu, Lapa, and Haribo over this stretch. They've been brilliant. Everybody in perfect rotation and synchronicity to the tune of 6 wins in their last 7.
Miami's in their light blues and white shorts. Referee blows his whistle. Birmingham Legion in their road whites from head to toe kick us off. And we are underway from FIU Stadium in Miami, Florida. 6th place Miami FC against 4th place Birmingham Legion FC. 2 teams looking to get back to the playoffs and potentially host a playoff game this time around. And this is a big game potentially to deciding how that plays out with just over a month left of the regular season. Miami coming off that tremendous victory over Lou City that we highlighted earlier, ending at the time Lou City's 10-game unbeaten run. And Birmingham Legion, Devin's mentioned it, 6 wins in the last 7. They beat Red Bulls 2 by 3 goals to 1 last time out. They're trying to make it 3 wins on the spin. Miami's trying to make it 4 in a row in the win column. And these are 2 teams that are starting to peak at the right time and can certainly be factors once we get to the middle of October.
What's the tone that's set early on as well? Because within your argument, Birmingham Legion, they should be 7 games unbeaten. They outplayed, outshot, and outclassed that Detroit City team. Unfortunately, that's how the game goes sometimes, right? The good news is they came out of it with a quality performance, and it's been some time since we haven't seen this team at their best, but they're on the road, right? So now you're on the road, you're fighting for a top 4 spot. Remember, there is really nothing that separates everybody at the top. It's 3 points within 2nd, all the way down to 5th. 901, Rowdies, Birmingham, and Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Do you chase the game? Do you sit back and let it come to you? What sort of management do you have, especially the way that Miami's been attacking? The more they push Mark Segbers high, the more they put themselves into a situation defensively where they're marked one-on-one. The 3 guys on the back line. So do Miami FC sit back and try and go the professional route, or do they try and take the bull by the horns and chase this? Because they do have an outlying shot at a top 4 spot, but more importantly, they just want to lock off a playoff position as we come out of this match.
Both of these teams very good on the road this season. Miami just 4-5-4 here this season. They have 8 road wins, Anthony Pulis' group this season. And so do Birmingham, 8-5-1 on the road this season. 2 teams that are arguably, at least when you look at the stats, better away from home this season. Birmingham Legion on the attack on this far side in the end. Eden Stanley's there defensively, and the Legion have a throw on the far side. 7 points separate these 2. It would be a big win if Miami can pick it up to close the gap to just 4 points. These 2 drew 0-0 in their previous meeting all the way back on May 4th in Birmingham. Joaquin Rivas was stood up initially. Stanley is fouled by Juan Aguidelo, and it's a free kick for Miami FC. Marlon, Enzo Martinez, Juan Aguidelo, all have been tremendous for Tom Sohn this season. As Kyle Murphy gives chase, Matt Van Oekel peering into the sunlight here in the 305, able to come up with it. No cap for Matt Van Oekel. I think that's kind of gone out of style over the years.
Still got that brilliant beard, though. The faux locks up top now as he's gone with the dye job. That's the new move for everybody.
You like the dye job?
I like it for him.
Not for everybody.
It's not my personal favorite for myself. You know, I don't.
Agreed on that
I couldn't wear that. You know, that's just
neither
me.
could I. Neither could I.
It doesn't matter what he wears, though, right? That's the
Yeah.
guy that one of my personal favorites when it comes to goalkeepers. Mr. Consistent, always back there. Doesn't matter what's going on in front of him. Form, results, players, just finds a way to sit back there. The steady Eddie that turns out quality saves and shutouts left and right every single season.
Tied for second in the league with 11 clean sheets this season. Seems like he's always high on that list. Although Connor Sparrow has 12, not in the squad tonight, Miami's goalkeeper. So two of the number ones here, again, one not with us, have been tremendous this season with clean sheets as Miami are on the attack on this near side. Good ball across the face. Van Oekel comes for it. In the end, Birmingham are able to get it away, but only out for a corner as Lamar Walker with some early good forays forward down this near side.
There's a little shot on the backside from Florian Velo. Surprised that we didn't see him try and go that route, but it was cut off.
It's a
If he can, he's trying to bring this ball back to the penalty mark. That's where their number 10 was, about 12 yards out. He does have Kyle Murphy on the back post, but as you just saw, all the bodies in front of him prohibited him with the ability to get it there. It's a heck of a ball off the back line down into the channel, though. Perfect little checkup.
Replay Snyder brought to you by Helbiz Live. Velo from the corner. It was a searching ball. In the end, Birmingham are able to get it away, but not too far. Right back to Velo on this near side. It tries to thread that through. Was there a follow through from Enzo Martinez? There was. And Miami have a free kick. Eligio Areguin is our center official, and the yellow card is out for Enzo Martinez. And the very talented Uruguayan sees yellow.
The referee not going to let anything fly, regardless of what it looks like early on, late. Doesn't matter anywhere on the field. It is late from Martinez. He pulls the leg back.
Your attention, please. A yellow card has been issued.
Stud.
So Birmingham's number 19, Enzo Martinez.
Felt like maybe he might have been able to do a better job pulling out of that tackle. Referee felt the same. And the argument from Tommy Son on the sideline is there no contact. Unfortunately, when he sees the video, he'll get a much better look. Whether or not he should have been carded, if you're going to say that early, that type of infringement, and I'm going to book you for it, just make sure you're consistent, because 7 minutes in, you've told every single player this game's going to be reffed a specific way.
Velo's ball into the back post. In the end, dealt with defensively by Fanuel Cavita. Miami get a corner out of it.
It's another Miami FC corner kick.
Early pressure from Anthony Pulis' boys here. Bit of pushing and shoving just in front of Matt Van Oekel. I think the referee's gonna come on the scene here. Just in front of Matt Van Oekel. Murphy is trying to make some space appear there inside the 6-yard box. Tight whistle early from the official. Velo whips it in. It's going to go over almost everybody's head. Punyale ends up keeping that alive. Brief penalty shout there. Martinez blocks the shot from the edge of the penalty area. And in the end, Birmingham comes out with it. Marlin comes forward with it and wins the Legion a throw to try and alleviate some of the early Miami FC pressure. Two great defensive teams that are in very strong form at the moment. And before we even talked before coming on the air, Devin, I was trying to think of what you ended up articulating so well. It's just so hard to figure out the East. There's still so many games left, obviously a month and change to go, but the playoff picture could look totally different, certainly seeding-wise, when we get to October, depending on how things shape out.
There's an article coming out next week that USL Championship was kind enough to let me be involved with, and they said, I want you to pick 3 specific games leading down the stretch of what could be an influence for. I'm not going to tell you the first 2 because they are 4 specific teams and they're all separate, and 2 actual matches against each other. But the third one, I just said October 15th because of the last day of the season and how difficult it is to figure out what direction everybody's going. As you and I are sitting here right now, and we're 9 minutes into this 0-0 affair, this Birmingham Legion team and the way that they've been playing, they could end up theoretically with the #1 overall spot. Now, mathematically, there's still a possibility, and there's a lot of work to be done, but you know, Louisville's lost 2 games back-to-back. They got another difficult one against Sacramento. The next thing you know, they drop 3 or 4. Legion continue this great run, and they've jumped into one. Yet alone, you could flip it the other way. Birmingham Legion start hitting the skids. Pittsburgh and Miami go on the run. Legion in 6th, and Detroit's sitting right there at 7th. There's so much that's so difficult to figure out because of the depth and talent this league has produced this year.
Enzo Martinez is crossed into the middle, deflected to the birthday boy. 28-year-old Jake McGuire comes up with it.
The good news is, in the Eastern Conference, almost, outside of Tulsa, almost everybody is set, right? There's an outlying chance that Tulsa could get in. The bad news is if you're a Western Conference fan and you're watching all those teams, just start throwing darts at a board because nobody knows what's going on outside of San Antonio probably, right?
Yeah. Well, that's one of the amazing parts of this league, right? It seems to happen almost every year, but I don't know if we've had it to the extent that we've had it in the West. Every single team still has a chance to make it, and that's pretty remarkable with a month and change left in the regular season, considering how many teams are in the league and the way it's split up between the conferences. It's a full slate tonight around the USL Championship. We'll try to keep you abreast of everything that's going on around both conferences this evening. This is Segbers for Miami, looking for Lamar Walker. And in the end, Birmingham have to concede the throw. Nearly kept alive by Mikey Lopez on this near side. The always fun to watch Speedy Williams switches the attacking point. Paco Craig. Sees Callum Chapman-Page. Tight maneuvering there from Walker. Plenty of space for Paco Craig to operate. Velo over the top for Walker. Van Oekel gets there first. It was a kind hop for him inside of the penalty area. Just a step in front of the speedy Walker.
That's that little step up into the central locations that I talked about for Mikey Lopez. Got to be real careful, though, as he goes, that he's got the coverage or that he continues the recovery front run, because Lamar Walker just slid right in behind. Kavita hadn't seen that space open up. It's good little recognition from Miami FC. Just can't get the ball to sit up nicely, but that's those tiny little moves that can make or break you if you're Birmingham Legion.
Just saw Anthony Pulis there. Comes from a very soccer-rich lineage of coaches. And certainly this defensive style is more like what the Pulis family would be proud of. As Speedy Williams takes aim from quite some distance. Birmingham Legion have it blocked. Juan Aguidelo tries to hold up the play, but it's one back to Walker. And Williams comes back to recycle it for Miami. Coyote defensively has been always very strong in a Miami shirt. Williams up ahead to Walker. Below and Murphy were further upfield. Chapman-Page into the attack, looking for Segbers into the penalty area. And Lopez tried to head it back to Van Oekel, heads it out for a corner instead.
Fans, the best value in sports is back. 2023 season tickets are on sale for just $25 down. Lock in your package with payment plans and get access to exclusive benefits.
Joaquin
Visit
Rivas will come over and
Concourse for more info
the
and get your free
piece.
gift with your deposit tonight.
Formerly of the now defunct St. Louis FC and of course FC Tulsa
FC corner
as well.
kick.
Rivas will send in the corner. Ooh, was whipped right at that near post. Lovely touch by Lamar Walker. As he stood up, referee allows play to continue. Aguidelo into the penalty area. Chapman Page onto the deck. It falls kindly. We took a deflection off in the end, the Walker shot. I think not Rivas. Walker got a second bite at the apple. Birmingham have enough players in front of it to block it and then clear it. But a good start to the game continues for the hosts.
I watched the tail end of this thing, though. Is it his Alex Cronali's hand? Watch the ball as it gets sprayed back across. Well done by Rivas to bring it down. Thought he was going to leave it. Watch right here. Oh, it's the stomach. Okay. Well, I saw the hand move as well as it came through. To be fair, the challenge right at the top of the 18, they made an argument for a foul there as well.
Chapman Page was looking for a foul inside the penalty area. Says it's a scramble for it here in the end. Birmingham come out with it only for a moment. Referee says the challenge from Aguidelo was fair on Bruno Lapa. And in the end, Miami come out with it. Chapman Page. Segber's pressured. Chapman Page hold up the play there. Yes, he did. Referee gives Birmingham a free kick as Aguidelo draws the foul.
Pressure pretty active up top here for Birmingham Legion, struggling a little bit with their shape if they don't win it, to be fair, making it a little bit easier for Miami FC to play around the back, control the tempo of the game. With the ability to roam for Enzo Martinez, got to find a way if you're Aguidelo or Marlon to make sure that you're holding the positions appropriately.
Great ball in by Lapa. Did take a deflection off a light blue shirt, and it is out for a Legion corner on the far side. Alex Cronale nearly got his head to that. And Enzo Martinez will take this corner, although Bruno Lapa's there in support potentially as well. See there the great season that Enzo Martinez, number 19 in white, has had. 11 goals and 5 assists this season. Oh, Juan Aguidelo on the doorstep, handball appeals, Cronale, and it's a penalty. Not sure for which one. Referee books Callum Chapman Page. Birmingham Legion have a penalty here for what presumably was a handball on one of the shots in towards goal.
It definitely hits him. My question is the referee, obviously because of the whistle though, considering this an unnatural position? Watch the left elbow right there. Is it the elbow or is it the hand? That's the key question. As the ball comes back across, thought he needed to release it sooner, but as it comes through, it's the second one right there, and that's a much better look. It's off the hand. Initial review thought it was the elbow. The hand is away from the body. Well done by the refereeing crew. And now an opportunity 17 minutes in.
7 goals this season for Juan Aguidelo. A player that's been in big moments like this plenty of times before. Can he give Birmingham the lead in Miami? It's saved by Jake McGuire! The birthday boy having none of it. He denies Aguidelo from the spot.
It's really simple, poor penalty. There's still work to be done for the goalkeeper, but what is going on here? As slow as you can with your instep, and that's a yard to the left side of the goalkeeper.
What a missed opportunity for Birmingham Legion. Callum Chapman Page let off the hook by Jake McGuire. And to be fair, like you said, Devin, didn't have to go very far to get it. But well, I guess because we're late in the day, a later in the day birthday present for Jake McGuire.
Early within this game,
Early
right?
in the game.
He'll take an early one with this within this game, but when his stats aren't terrible, saves 25% of penalties within the run of play. That's not a bad number to run by. That's a poor penalty from Juan Aguidelo. He talked about the experience, how he'd been in that situation before. Certainly didn't show it, and it's something looking back on the tape. There's no breakdown. Just got to hit it better.
Callum Chapman Page out wide. Velo will shoot it! Van Oekel wasn't sure, made sure it went over the top and out for a goal kick.
Fans, remember to check out the Miami FC Beer Garden behind the West goal. Sample great local brews from around the 305, including World of Beer, unbranded brewing, Tripping Animals Brewing, and more.
Florian Velo, the way the season has gone, everybody's expecting you to dish this thing off. 8 assists on the air for Florian Velo. That leaves him 4th in the USL Championship, tied, and go take one more look at the penalty saved by Jake Maguire. Again, no disrespect to the goalkeeper, but they don't come any easier than that.
Well, Zach Haribo won that free kick. He's still down here for Birmingham. Well, Tom Sohn and company are letting him trying to get up here to his own strength. Good to see him get back up after that free kick that he was able to win. Birmingham trying to regroup after missing a huge opportunity to take the lead from the penalty spot. Lapa and Martinez over it. 20 minutes gone in Miami. Lapa curls it in nicely. It was nearly headed on towards that back end of the penalty area. It's recycled for Johnny Dean. Dean serves it right back in. Miami have a number of players well positioned. Walker was harried there trying to go up and win the throw. And it's a Miami throw on this near side. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official matchball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Anthony Pulis is apoplectic on this near side. Thought that Fanuel Kavita won that unfairly. But the Legion have it in possession. Well done by Lopez. Lovely spinning work there from Marlon. Enzo Martinez all the way out wide. Chance here for Asiadu, who will shoot it, but he drags it wide. It does take a deflection. Out for another Legion corner. And after some good spell of possession in the first 15 minutes from Miami, the last 5 and change has been the visitors applying the pressure. Lapa with Martinez to his left. Serves it over the top, tried to find a teammate. Paco Craig's head there first. Lopez trying to whip it back in, misplays it.
I would say what's more impressive isn't just the quality ball movement and possession that we've seen from Birmingham Legion. It's that they're doing it through a high amount of pressure and physical play coming from Miami FC. They barely have any time, Legion, to step on the ball and try and calculate what's going on. Rated rapidity has to be quite high to start to move through these different ranks, and even more so, just a little bit of an adjustment underneath. Enzo Martinez had been high to start. Now he's come more central and dropped underneath, which is good, but Bruno Lapa has stepped up.
Great ball over the top from Paco Craig. Tried to get it to Rivas. Van Oekel is there. Shepherds it back out initially for Haribo, who's back on it.
That little step, Sean, by Bruno Lapa makes it just a little bit deeper, right? When you come up, that means that one of two things has to happen. If you're Miami FC, you've got to drop a little bit deeper to retain the ball, or you've got to be more direct. They don't have the ability to play that initial pass that was coming through to the likes of Speedy Williams or Bolo Akinyoti. That little ball right there, Legion have done a really good job, even up on the first one, the second and third attempt of knocking off that initial pass or the 50-50s.
Marlon was slow to get up after that last sequence. Number 11 in white, bottom of your screen, back to work here. Velo, nice touch to keep it in possession for Miami. This is Walker, easily snuffed out by Lopez. Williams. Walker forced away from potentially two teammates on that far side he could have found. Chapman Page has to be relieved after his handball yellow card was saved by Jake McGuire. Walker from Velo. Velo on the return. Decent ball in, too close to Van Oekel in the end, who catches. Reigning title holders visit in-state rivals as the USL on ESPN2 continues. Orange County looks for a late season surge against Sac Republic Sunday, September 18th, 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Talked about the drama that's still to come in the East, but also in the West, where every team coming into the night still has a chance to get to the postseason. And multiple of those teams face stiff opposition later on tonight. Oakland, San Antonio, Orange County, Memphis, Monterey Bay, San Diego, all to come. Birmingham on the attack here. It's a lovely layoff, and Lapa tries to pass it into the bottom corner, but he misses the frame.
And they've already come really high within the attack, and the ball that's coming back across, it's all about the rotation that they were able to get through this. You go wide, you isolate the space, and then check the trailing runs. This is what I was talking about coming in, Sean. The movement by Asiadu and Bruno Lapa. They can pop into these little pockets on the right flank, playing in the triangular movements together. But in that specific situation, you get Johnny Dean with the speed and his vision down in the corner to find the trailing runs.
McGuire called upon again. He's had a big first half on his 28th birthday. Been a really good last 10 minutes or so for Birmingham Legion as that ball was crossed into the middle. McGuire was able to come up with it after that initial attempt went wide from Lapa. And again, Birmingham very composed with Miami putting pressure on them, as we talked about. Lapa. Back for the captain, Fanuel Kavita, seemingly a captain everywhere he's been, the defender. Incredible leader at this level. Marlon. What a slide it through for Lopez. Lapa was briefly asking for it. Marlon tries to weave a pass through into the penalty area. It's cut out. Velo and Harivo battling for it. Clever little work there from Velo, but it's won back by Birmingham. Asiadu. Martinez couldn't get it back to Asiadu, but retrieves it. Out wide, Dean into the middle looking for Lapa. Williams wins the header. Velo helps the ball forward towards Murphy. Great hold-up play by Murphy to spring forward Lamar Walker. Miami have numbers here if they hurry. Lamar Walker, can he go all the way? Van Oekel saves. Rivas retrieves. Rivas recycles it. Up top to Williams. And the referee will blow the play to a stop, as there is a Birmingham player down away from the play.
That's Fanuel Kavita. Watch as the ball comes right up through here. Looked like he might have taken a shot off the elbow to the back of the head and came right across the face, possibly. And as they progress forward, Lamar Walker, he's trying to find Kyle Murphy. Great job defensively of locking this space down. How's the run back across? Alex Cronali just holds everything up. Mikey Lopez still has a ton of work to do on one-on-one. Even though the shot comes off, you've gotten it coming back across the body on the unfavored foot against Matt Van Oekel. It's an excellent counterattack by Miami FC. Had an outlier chance with Florian Velo. Even better save by Matt Van Oekel.
The Miami FC would like to thank
Fanuel Kavita will be evaluated here.
For their continued support as the official hospital and healthcare
Ryan
provider.
James, Jake Roof among the Legion substitutes if Thompson is forced into a change defensively here. Both goalkeepers have come up with big stops. Jake McGuire denying. Juan Aguidelo from the penalty spot's been the biggest moment so far. In a game that has felt like two of the top teams in the East battling it out so far, Devin, in the first half an hour.
A nice back and forth ebb and flow in there.
No question.
No massive momentum swings by any means.
No,
and I
not
would say
quite.
that the longest stretch has certainly favored Miami FC, but not by much. Seeing both of these teams at their best is what we've all wished for all season long. To try and find that complete performance through 90 minutes. Still think that we have yet to see it from either, although we've seen some really good looks. I should get another one at the challenge with Kavita and Kyle Murphy. Coming back across, just caught him across the noggin. They actually did need to make a move. At center back, don't see that happening. Zach Haribo is probably the option that you look for. Just dropping him back in, because you have plenty of midfielders.
Well, that might have been the signal that Fanuel Kavita can't continue. Looks like they might have to make the change here.
Yeah, you wonder if, you bring Ryan James on and let him slide in? Do you bring Ryan James, let him play left back, bump Mikey Lopez up into the midfield? That's probably the quote-unquote easier decision. You can also look to the front line. Haribo back, Hasidu drops underneath Bruno Lapa. Enzo Martinez joins Lapa within the midfield. Kasim goes to the front line. No longer is the predictability right around the corner for Birmingham Legion. Thompson, Jay Heaps, they've done such a good job at continuing to add wealth to this roster. Unfortunately, in this situation, it looks like it's going to come at the expense of an injury to Fanuel Kavita.
Birmingham are still evaluating him on the near side. Medical staff look to say that they want to make the change, but we'll see what Thompson and his group decide to do here. Meanwhile, Miami play on briefly for the time being, a man up. As Birmingham, for the time being, put Haribo in that back line area. Rivas dealing with Dean. Dean concedes the corner.
It's another Miami FC corner kick.
Where did you take a hit? Right on it. Right on it. Yeah, so he's a little tender right there.
Velo will take the corner.
I'm just gonna press. No pain under there. Just for comparison. Gently do the same thing.
Velo whips it right towards goal. Van Oekel punches from Murphy. Walker drills it! A firecracker from Lamar Walker to give Miami FC the lead.
Watch right outside the top of the box. He's just laying and waiting. Excellent job by Kyle Murphy. He doesn't get ahead on it, but it's the pressure right in front of the goalkeeper obstructing his path to punch this thing out. And then the form. How good can you be from outside the top of the 18? Watch him come across the ball, body down, head down, gets down underneath it, but he's hitting down on the ball. No doubt about it that this thing was headed for glory. Was it going to catch a deflection? Was it going to be pushed aside? Both are no's. And that's some time to pick up your first goal of the year for Lamar Walker. 20th appearance, first goal, and they're out in front.
Goal is brought to you by Helbiz for Miami. 3 assists this season for Lamar Walker, but it's his first goal. What a time to get it. What a way to get it. 1-0 Miami FC. Stunning goal. And in the end, Birmingham on the set piece again. Had trouble with it, and Lamar Walker, with Van Oekel flailing at it, was able to fire it past him. Ball floated over the top. Ooh, Van Oekel struggled with that. Marlin there to help. Ball floated forward with the outside of the boot. Chapman Page barking, thinking that it was a little bit of a embellishment from Juan Aguidelo. Looks like Jake Roof is finally going to get ready to come on for Birmingham in a moment. For Fanwell Kavita.
Yeah, we have a sub. We have a sub. Okay. Hold up, hold up, hold up.
In the end, I should say, I think the offside flag was up. It's a Miami free kick. And finally, Birmingham, who were down a man when the goal went in,
Attention, please.
get back to 11 as Kavita is withdrawn.
Leaving the match is number 3, Fanwell Kavita.
That'll be that little move.
He's replaced by number 13, Jake.
Mikey Lopez will bump himself up into the midfield. He'll play just underneath Bruno Lapa and Anderson Asiadu. Though you might see Asiadu drop back a little bit more. All just depends on the flow of the game. They haven't really established a ton of dominance in possession within the midfield ranks as a team in total, yes, but mostly on the exterior.
Walker. Chapman Page helped on by Segbers, just too far behind Walker to keep it alive. Sees Anderson Asiadu on the other side of things for Birmingham. Aguidelo. Dean. Forced back by Velo. Lopez in that midfield area. Harivo helping out. Marlin floating it in. Chapman Page's head. Rivas trying to get it past Dean unsuccessfully. Helped further along by Stanley, allowing Velo to counterattack for Miami. Great ball in behind for Murphy, who gets past Van Oekel and hits into the side netting. Well, multiple fans here thought that had gone in. Murphy with the goal, gaping, can't double Miami's lead.
You do everything right here. You cut back to the inside, you grab the diagonal run, smartly done by Kyle Murphy. And to be fair to the Legion, he's moving away from goal. If you're gonna get a run from him, from the striker, it is moving away from the obvious target. Van Oekel pulls out of it. This is the story right here. As hot as he's been recently, 4 goals in his last 5 matches. That is the 2022 season for Kyle Murphy. After 21 goals last year, a lot of expectation for the 29-year-old from New York, and just hasn't met that mark this year.
What a chance for Miami to double their advantage. Harivo. Incisive attempt forward. Falls kindly for Lopez. This is Lapa. Ball headed centrally for Asiadu to give chase. Beautifully done defensively by Speedy Williams. Now Rivas. McGuire, who had that huge penalty save on Juan Aguidelo earlier in this half. Miami has since taken the lead through Lamar Walker's first goal of the season. And what a goal it was. Aguidelo tiptoed the sideline but gives it away to Walker. Velo brought down. Free kick for the hosts.
Certainly not making any friends on the sidelines, are they? The coaches, you could catch up some of the crowd mics between Anthony Pulis and Tom Sohn. Not sure what the argument was here. He did cut it back across and got enough of the player.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of visuals of that too to pair up with the audio. Segbers. Marlon displeased with the assistant. Thought it was a Birmingham throw. Miami keep it with 6 minutes left in the half, before I should say stoppage time. That Walker goal, the first goal between these two sides this season, that 0-0 draw back in May. The only other time these two have met this season. Jake Roof there on the cover. It leads to another Miami corner. This time Birmingham at full strength to deal with it. They weren't when Kavita was still out on the Walker goal.
It's another Miami FC corner kick.
That left boot of Joaquin Rivas to take it. Whipping it in towards goal. Van Oekel didn't quite get there. Paco Craig can retrieve it. Williams gliding past two challenges and then lost it right at the end. Asiadu stuck with it and then gives it back possession to Florian Vallo. And kicked out of play by Stanley. Speedy Williams is on the ground now. It looks like he'll be looked at as well. He had such a good weaving run earlier in that sequence, and I think that was when he went to the ground before Vallo got possession back for Miami.
Well, two of the most consistent players on the field, Fanuel Kavita, the knock across the head. He goes out, and then Speedy Williams right on the backside of this. He falls down. He actually got up and then went down on his own volition. The way that he fell, checking out his hand. Got a feel for both of these managers, the way that the season has gone. I mean, the injuries that they've had to deal with. Freddie Kleeman, of course, with his ACL injury early on. And there was the departure of Van Kiesel, who, of course, could have thrown his name into the center back mix on May 26th. Back to the Tampa Bay Rowdies. There's two. And you've got a makeshift, and not saying that Zach Caravo's not capable of it. Certainly not the first choice, but versatile within his ways. And then Anthony Pulis and Miami FC as well. Pierre Da Silva, Othello Ba, Benu Femu, Richie Ballard. And those are just the ones right now. Seems like everybody else. Luca Antonelli. And yet, should be no issue making the playoffs. I mean, it's a true testament to it's a testament to the character of the players, the depth of the roster, the ability to navigate the troubled waters. Well done by both.
You listed some very important players there potentially for both teams, especially when it comes to depth.
You could run through that, and with all the injuries, you could easily put together an 11. You combine the teams that could make a playoff run, right?
Definitely. Yeah, Anthony Pulis and Tom Sohn have done tremendous jobs navigating that, as have many coaches in the USL Championship this season, as Marlon is dragged back by Vallo. Surely the yellow card is out there. And those two continue to jaw at each other. Vallo has no complaints. Another look on the Help Is Live replay. Pretty clear cut. Chapman Page, Florian Vallo, both have been booked so far. Enzo Martinez on a yellow for Birmingham. They're in search of an equalizer. Latter stages of what's been a very entertaining first half. Lapa floats it up there. It's headed on. And right into the waiting hands of Jake Maguire. I think it was Aguidelo's header. Easy enough for the 28-year-old, just turned today. Below, linking up with Rivas. Callum Chapman-Page. Walker from Segbers. Speedy Williams, who looks okay to continue, floating it beautifully for Walker, whose touch eludes him and allows Roof to run onto it. Roof came on for Fanwell Kavita, for those just joining us. This is Aguidelo, just slipping it through for Marlon. Marlon picked his head up, finds Aguidelo, now Lopez. Asiadu. Roof runs onto it. Harivo. And again, Birmingham patiently building the play up. Lapa.
Your attention, please. The fourth official has indicated
4 added minutes at the end of the first half. Lopez. Asiadu. Lapa floating it out wide for Dean. Dean onto his left, Lapa. Look back heel again to Lapa, trying to manufacture some space. He puts it into the middle. Aguidelo's shirt, I think, was pulled. Velo doesn't quite clear it. Let's head it down for Roof.
Got another player down. You know, Legion had an argument for sure on the head injury to Fanwell Kavita, and now they're just paying tribute to the home squad.
Enzo Martinez, after Rivas gave it away. Easy again for Jake McGuire. Not enough venom on the strike.
We got one down on one end and one down on the other. The referee just lets him play on. Enzo Martinez pops up. Nice little space for him here, too. Look at him square up. Actually catches a cute little meg on Paco Craig. The problem is it's right down the middle. Couldn't get enough to come in a back across the body and pick out the bottom corner. Seems like everything has been sort of a half chance for the Legion here in the first half for the most part. Some good movements, not great. Certainly haven't been poor by any means. Would love to see some more extension coming up through the middle out of Bruno Lapa. The pressure defensively has been there, but as he's dropped back, they've had a little trouble overall in combination play, just moving through all of the ranks, sort of one-offs.
Anthony Pulis is booked.
There's your birthday present. You can hang out with Jake McGuire later on.
Well,
Share stories, right?
I was going to say he was exchanging pleasantries with the referee for a good chunk of this first half. Both coaches have, to be fair. As the goal scorer, Lamar Walker, he's able to get back up. All the intensity of this game feels almost like a playoff game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. A yellow card has been issued to the bench of the Miami FC.
Anthony Pulis joins two of his players, in Chapman-Page and Florian Velo, in the referee's book. Walker has come to the sideline. We'll see if Anthony Pulis makes a change.
How's that, by the way? And that gives you an idea of how they feel about this game. Anthony Pulis is going to make the change now, even though you've probably got, what, 30 seconds with the stoppage of play, given where the clock was left in this game. He doesn't want to chance anything, meaning you're going to burn one of your windows. Substitute's not the end of the world, but if you could just get to halftime, you maintain all three windows instead. He's going to play it safe here, doesn't want to take any chances, and he's going to bring on Adonijah Reed.
So that is it for Lamar Walker. Scored a brilliant goal to give Miami the lead. So unfortunate for him that he comes off in first half stoppage time.
Your attention, please. Substitution for
Adonijah
your Miami
Reed
FC.
replaces him.
Leading the match, number 13, Lamar Walker. He's replaced by number 30, Adonijah Reed. In stoppage time.
Curious if that'll add on a little extra time to first have injury time. Miami wins another free kick, middle of the park. Definitely has gotten a little chippy, especially these last 15 minutes. See if this is the last act of the half. If there's a little bit more time added on. Craig sends it forward. Looking for Reed. Van Oekel misses it and is lucky to be able to go back and retrieve it. Just stuck a hand out and didn't get it cleanly.
That's uncharacteristic. He tries to get cute, pull it up over the top and play quick. Plenty of men have tried and failed. Matt Van Oekel, good recovery. This is my concern. Look at all the space they have to play right through the middle. It's not like they've been perfect, but as they move forward, the opportunities to slice in those diagonals, those 5- and 10-yard balls to help you play through some of the central locations just seem to be more frequent for Miami FC than what we've seen out of Birmingham Legion. Legion squad that has made their bread and butter off of that over this 7-game run.
Velo. Miami will send it back. Still a little bit of time left. Chapman Page over the top looking for Adonijah Reed. Heravo concedes a Miami throw. Had a minute and a half extra added on for stoppages during injury time. Squeaks away as Reed thought he'd won a corner. Assistant referee says it's a goal kick. And that might be the last major act of the half. We'll see. Birmingham might have another shot at it if they can get it forward quickly. And Paco Craig steps in. Stanley sending it forward. Groniale towards Martinez. And that's how the half ends here in Miami. Plenty of spice between these two. Two of the top 6 in the East. This one's lived up to the billing so far. The now substituted Lamar Walker with a screamer to give Miami the lead after the birthday boy Jake Maguire denied Juan Aguidelo from the spot. And Anthony Pulis' boys lead at the half by a 1-0. It really was an entertaining half. No question about it. Both teams know very much so what is on the line as far as making the playoffs and being at home in the postseason. Brilliant goal from Lamar Walker after a crucial penalty save from Jake Maguire. Miami lead at the break by a 0-0. Big 45 minutes still to come in the 3:05.
I am determined. I am a dreamer. I am a Jamaican.
I am Peruano.
I am Italian.
I am relentless.
I am an animal.
I am French.
I am a diamond. I am resilient.
Sean St. Jacques, Devin Kerr back here with you at the break between Miami and Birmingham Legion. We're looking forward to the second 45, but first let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings coming in to the night. Miami are in 6th, Birmingham Legion for the time being are in 4th, both pushing for a home playoff game when we get to the end of the regular season.
Sean, I get paid to tell you what you should expect and what to see. I have no clue anymore. That's the season that we're having, right? And it's not just the West, it's not just the East, it's the entire USL Championship, right? Like, Detroit City in the upstart year that they're having have been great. Miami FC couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. All of a sudden, Kyle Murphy, 4 in 5 games. Birmingham Legion looked flat at the beginning of the year. They've made their way into a playoff spot. 901 FC is in 2nd in these. Nothing surprises me anymore. Anything is right around the corner.
Next 5 coming up for Miami. There's that big 3-game homestand in the middle of the month going into October.
It certainly never hurts, by the way, that with 7 games to go, you have a layup, in theory, at Red Bull and home against ATL UTD2. I mean, if you're a coach looking, that's a guaranteed 6 points. You could make the argument that at that point in time, Monterey Bay, their fate may have been sealed and done depending on how the next couple of fixtures play themselves out. And for Birmingham Legion, what they've been able to do, really in the second portion of the season, they're one of the best teams in the championship for me. I talked about the evolution in the Open. We see it within their gameplay. They give you everything. Now, can they continue to do so? Because this ending stretch for them, I'm not going to call it impossible, but if I'm sitting at home making a schedule, I can promise you this. I wouldn't want to play the Rowdies, yet alone have to go there. Certainly want nothing to do with Pittsburgh. I don't want to go cross country to Oakland, and then you have to welcome, right now, the #1 overall seed to your home at Protective Stadium, the second to last week of the season. Not saying they can't do it, but that is a very difficult slate of games to maneuver.
And still have 45 minutes to go in this one. We'll take a break. We'll look at news and notes, the schedule, and the live scoreboard coming up as Miami plays Birmingham here tonight in a big game for playoff hopes and for playoff positioning. Plenty more to come from the 305, all coming up next.
I'm on a routine. I'm on a routine.
Halftime is brought to you by Macron. Shop the 305 and LaCiudad-Macron kits at MiamiFC.com. Sean St. Jacques, Devin Kerr back here with you. Miami leading by a 1-0 against Birmingham Legion after a screamer from Lamar Walker. Let's take a look at the USL Championship news and notes. Obviously, the big news out of Jacksonville involving Tim Tebow, the intended launch in 2025 for that franchise. Can't hype it up enough. Sac Republic in Orlando City, and of course, things changing for FC Tulsa as well.
Yeah, all due respect to everything else that's up there. I'm sticking with the one in the middle right now. In this moment, the lead-in Sacramento Republic down 1-0 to Louisville City right now, but to go on the road in that facet and find a way to get a result against Orlando. An Orlando team, mind you, that has lost Pato. They're struggling on the back line a little bit. Their 9 isn't really stepping up. Still finding results. Haven't looked great doing it. But the last time out in their semifinal against Red Bull, they looked incredible. So it should be a great mix.
And a chance for them to make American soccer history, of course. Sac Republic trying to carry the flag for the USL Championship. Of course, big games coming up around the league tonight and tomorrow. Switchbacks against Phoenix, San Antonio, Oakland, Monterey Bay, San Diego. Every game with playoff implications, it seems.
Pick one. What do you got? What do you like? Tell me.
I'm a little biased because of Monterey Bay, San Diego, but I got to tell you, Oakland, San Antonio is catching my eye there. Oakland's
I'm with you on that
corner.
one. I still turn just because how through everything that has gone on for both teams in Colorado Springs and Phoenix. Colorado Springs fell flat on their faces. Yeah. They couldn't buy a result, yet they're still right there within top 4. Maybe they could slide into 2. I don't see them hitting 1. Who knows? And yet Phoenix rising with 1 win through 10, with a change in coaches, with a lack of form. They're only 5 points off the playoff race. Go figure. That is the Western Conference in a nutshell.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Exactly.
That's been the year
That's right.
In the West. Live scoreboard. Charleston actually scored again. It's 2-0 in that game. Sac Republic are level just like that. 1 each against Lou City, Tampa Bay, I should say, in front as well.
That's a Wilson Harris goal, the former Young Player of the Year back in 2020 for Sporting Kansas City, too. Strikes, and then Emil Cuello. Hey, Mark Briggs. He didn't mail it in on this lineup, but it's certainly a B squad that he's put out with a couple of starters sprinkled in. Expect some rotation in the second half. That is a smash and grab type job if you can get out of Louisville. That would be 3 in a row for Louisville, by the way. Very scary. And how about Indy 11 3 in a row? You and I were just talking about this. They have beaten San Antonio, Indy 11. Only one team has gone into Detroit and gotten a result this year. That was Memphis 901 FC way back when. Can Indy 11 pull off the feat of their own?
What a run that would be if they can finish it off. We'll take another break. We'll take a look, I should say, at the first half highlights, the stats, and then the second half kick between Miami and Birmingham Legion.
I am determined.
I am a dreamer. I am a Jamaican.
I am Peruano.
I am Italian.
I am relentless.
I am an animal.
I am French.
I get the diamond. I am resilient.
Sean St. Jacques, Devin Kerr back here with you at the half. Miami leading Birmingham Legion by a goal to nil. Let's take a look back at the first half highlights, and they are brought to you by Hellbiz Live. It was a really interesting half between 6th and 4th in the Eastern Conference. We start with Birmingham on the attack and winning a penalty.
Yeah, it definitely comes right off the hand of Callum Chapman-Page. The first one, it's the arm off Paco Craig. Good bounce to the outside. How's the strike from Alex Kernali? Off the other center back. Referee points to the spot. Juan Aguidelo steps up, but certainly does not step through it. This is just poor. You got to put some momentum through the ball, put some English on it, use your hips. He does none of that. And Jake McGuire says, it's my birthday. I'll make a save if I want to.
And boy, did he. I caught what you did there. Great job by the Miami goalkeeper to keep it at 0-0, and Birmingham kept on coming after that.
How's the counter, though? This hold-up play from Kyle Murphy. The argument behind the scenes was that this was a foul, and I'm not going to say no, I'm not going to say yes. 100% there's contact. To be fair, Kavita's sort of coming through the player as well. Either way, the movement coming the other direction, the cutback to the inside. Lamar Walker does really well for himself. Would have liked to have seen Kyle Murphy or Florian Velo get on the end of it, but could not. And instead, Kyle Murphy does get on the end of this. It's all about the pressure put right in front of the goalkeeper. Watches it pops to the top of the 18 and the follow through. That right there, just rising the entire way. There's a drop off. Nobody steps out. Nobody steps up in. Instead, Lamar Walker sticks it in the back of the net. We would lose Walker about 15 minutes later. A reminder that Birmingham Legion have lost their captain and center back Fanuel Kavita due to the mix-up with Kyle Murphy. And statistically, 14 shots, 5 of which have hit the target. That hasn't been the most efficient in some areas, but I would say overall they've kept pretty good possession. Again, I'd like to see more firepower out of the Birmingham Legion. You know, some of those quick movements coming up through the middle. We've seen some of that. But throughout this magnificent run that has been the second portion of the season for Tom Sohn and co, it seems like every time we see them step onto the field, they find a way to amaze. And unfortunately, that just hasn't taken shape just yet.
Miami kick it off, going from right to left in the light blues in the second half. Birmingham Legion in their all whites, trailing by a goal to nil. A win that if Miami could get it would see them get within 4 points of Birmingham Legion in the table. 7-point gap coming into the night. And Miami would, if they win, pick up their 4th straight and end Birmingham Legion's brief winning streak as well, as Adonijah Reed, who came on as a substitute for Lamar Walker just before the end of the first half, tried to make some headway there. Callum Chapman-Page and Florian Velo on yellow cards for Miami. Anthony Pulis picked one up as well, the Miami head coach, and then Enzo Martinez for Birmingham Legion, also on a yellow card. Aguidelo trying to make amends for his earlier penalty miss. Involved here, Marlon from Enzo Martinez, and he lifts it well over the roof of the net and out. Certainly this game has had the intensity. It's come close to matching a playoff game. There's playoff positioning and tickets on the line. After that 0-0 affair in Birmingham as well earlier this season, this game has proved to be thrilling, exciting, and physical. This is Paco Craig trying to spray it, and beautifully does so to that far side for Segbers. First time ball forward by Speedy Williams. Adonijah Reed's agility able to get him onto it. He loses out in the end as it's well defended by the substitute for Fanuel Kavita, Jake Roof. Roof now does beautifully to switch the point of attack. Lapa Stanley stops him from sending it forward on an overlapping run. Lopez. Lapa. Anderson Asiyadu. Dean for Lopez. Lopez finds some space. Blocked on the shot by Craig. And then a free kick conceded by Reed, who tried to get back on top of it with a header.
Like this little move by Mikey Lopez, though, coming right up through. Remember I said I wanted to see more of that forward thinking, find a way to just push through the ranks. It's exactly what you got out of Mikey Lopez. The little cutback across the body, shimmy to the left-hand side. It's a rough challenge on the back side of things, but that's what I'm talking about, that prowess in an individual situation, 1v1 to go beat a player, because that opens up everything else spatially and support around you.
Well, we were talking about earlier how both coaches have done so well to manage squad depth this season. It's got to help when you have versatile players like Mikey Lopez who can play multiple positions really well.
Absolutely, and from this distance, are you having any interest whatsoever to go direct to the goalkeeper? I mean, this is 28 yards out, 25 yards out. That's quite a ways.
This one's off the training ground, and it's really poorly hit by Marlin, but it falls nicely for Asiyadu. Crosses it back into the middle. Miami want a foul. They get it after a crucial header at the back post by Callum Chapman-Page.
This is an old school play on the touch stop hit where you move it to the outside of the wall and you let someone run through it. Instead, they go with the back heel to slide it one step further. There's definitely a little bit of contact.
Those two were involved in the penalty. Callum Chapman-Page was booked for handling a shot from Juan Aguidelo, who then, or I should say actually was from Gronyale, and then the penalty was saved by Jake McGuire from Juan Aguidelo. Lopez now for the Legion. Roof. Back to Marlin, who scampers away from Adonijah Reed not once but twice, but Reed stays with him. Marlin to the byline. And again, he misjudges the amount he needed to hit the ball.
With over 80 years of experience in serving the Miami community, Truly Dolan Pest Control knows what it takes to keep your home or business pest termite and rodent free. And as a proud partner of Miami FC, Truly Dolan offers you a free inspection anytime you need.
Miami can reset. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of the USL Championship action on ESPN+. Home of the USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Lopez for Birmingham. Dean snuffed out by Stanley. Florian Vallot picks his head up, looks for Murphy. Great pace from Harivo to beat him to the spot. All the way back to Van Oekel.
Let's say that we may be a little bit frustrated by the lack of individual ability, maybe on the attacking side to go beat some people, but defensively we've seen some great matchups against each other where the center backs and outside backs have done such a good job of locking down the space in their runners.
And that was as advertised coming into the evening. This is Johnny Dean crossing it into the middle. It took a deflection on the way through, allowing Speedy Williams to clear it. It stays with Birmingham. Lapa pulling the strings to find Martinez. Enzo Martinez to the byline looking for the cross. It's a decent ball into the middle, blocked by Craig. Only as far as Dean, who juggles it up to himself. It was miscued by Callum Chapman-Page, but he has Segbers for help behind him. Asiyadu for Lapa. Dean has space to run into towards the penalty area, cuts it back. Into the middle it goes. Lapa couldn't quite square it up and sends it soaring
Lions
over
will
the
miss
top.
Miami FC's next home match next Saturday night, September 17th versus Atlanta United
closer
2
in
in a special weekend USL matchup.
To the inside to match up alongside Mikey Lopez. He's got the square ball to come back across. You need that run by Johnny Dean a little bit higher and a little bit sooner. If that happens, all of a sudden that space that you're looking to play the ball into is less congested. Instead, a little slower. Gives the ability for Miami FC to regroup themselves in the back line. So that when it does make its way across defensively, you're all set up.
Well, we were talking about how good these two have been defensively this season. Miami, 6 clean sheets in the last 8, 3 in a row coming into the night. They've been tremendous, and look at what Birmingham Legion have done. They're not far behind. Both teams are tied for 4th coming into the night in fewest goals allowed with 25. Birmingham now have the one more, of course, on the Lamar Walker goal.
Yeah, for the Legion, for me, it comes down to the body of work and the resume of who it's up against. Because earlier this year, they were still turning out results. But, you know, could you go do it on the road? Could you find a way to do it, more importantly, against stout opposition? Most emphatically, that answer has been yes.
Chapman Page sputtering one in. Van Oekel, no trouble with it.
All due respect, as you look at the table, and you could have said this earlier this year, I'm sure that some within that organization would have probably been a bit frustrated, but a 2-1 win against Hartford Athletic certainly doesn't carry as much water as a 1-0 over Memphis, right? Or a 1-0 at Sacramento Republic. It's very different arguments, and as the season has gone on, I said this in the open, but going back to it, they've taken down Sacramento Republic on the road, New Mexico United on the road, Memphis. They beat Memphis twice. Nobody else in the Eastern Conference has managed to do that.
Marlin, good skill. I think he just about kept that in. Stanley had to be aware of that. Speedy Williams comes out with it. Segbers didn't quite do enough defensively there, and Miami scampered a bit at the back to get that away. Aiden Stanley's header was crucial in the end. Now Martinez. In the end, too many behind the ball for Miami for Martinez to find a way through. USL is all for Republic. Tune in to the US Open Cup final as Sac Republic takes on Orlando City of MLS. Show your support using the hashtag #AllForRepublic on social media and watch the US Open Cup final September 7th, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+.
Give you a little heads up. Can't officially talk about it, but there may be some stuff going on ahead of time you may want to keep an eye out for.
Head on a swivel.
Kids call that a tease still, or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Oh, yeah.
That was definitely a tease. You kidding me? Well executed. That game should be tremendous. Both teams with a chance to make history. Orlando City of MLS trying to finally get a trophy in the cabinet. And Sac Republic, what it would mean to them and for this league, frankly, for them to ascend to the highest of heights at the Open Cup level would be tremendous.
I'll do you one better, or at least take it one step further. Imagine Sacramento Republic in the CONCACAF Champions League. Think
That's
about that, a reminder.
Definitely up for grabs. It'd be tremendous. As meanwhile, Enzo Martinez is fouled here, just on the outskirts of the penalty area. Legion with a free kick, and well, yeah, you're mentioning, of course, it's not just American soccer history. It could be
exclusive information like merchandise announcements, special promotions, game day activities, and more. Download
In the meantime,
FC
Birmingham
app today.
have a good opportunity here with a set piece. Certainly plenty of good options as well to take it. Lapa and Martinez have been on these for the most part. Dean is interested, at least to be a part of it. Birmingham have certainly taken a couple of set plays off their training ground tonight.
A reminder, they got cute last time. It didn't work out so well. Maybe more direct is the better option for them.
Lapa tried to curl it. Had the right idea, but it's so difficult to execute that from such a short distance over the wall and in.
Remember, Football 305 season members and exclusive Football 305 pregame sideline area is open for all season members. The area will be open to all fans.
He's leaning back too much, doesn't come across it. You see the spin on the ball, but certainly not any whip to it.
Miami on the other end, headed back cleanly to Van Oekel before Murphy could make something out of it.
This is where things have gotten better for Legion. You know, I understand that Enzo Martinez has come deeper, but he, Asiadu, and Lapa all playing much better in conjunction with each other. There's a touch. I don't think that ball was out.
I was just gonna say, I think Dean kept that in. And he's unlucky to see it go Miami's way here. It looked like, at least live, we get another look at it here.
And they can't be calling a foul here either. Watch the touch around him. No. That ball's certainly not out. And if they're calling a foul there, that's a little absurd. That's Callan Chapman, or excuse me, Aiden Stanley getting stuck up underneath him as he came back over. Really good move by Johnny Dean, and unfortunate. And they're saying the ball is out. There is no way that that ball crossed over the line.
It's got to be all the way over the line. Certainly was not. How unlucky is Dean there? Did so well to keep that in, and the assistant misses the call. Birmingham have it back. It slid through nicely for Roof, who can try to keep this in. He does so. Had a brief opportunity to cross it, plays it short for Enzo Martinez. As we approach the hour mark here in Miami. Asiadu off a deflection, out for a throw. So far, Miami been trying to do what they did against Lou City to Birmingham, although Enzo Martinez, he's in behind, he goes down. Few faint penalty appeals from the Legion. In the end, Jake McGuire comes out with it.
None of which came from Enzo Martinez himself. He's looking a little bit frustrated that maybe a call didn't come, but notice if he had something to say, he'd let you know right away. That's the type of player Enzo Martinez is, and yet quite quiet after a little dust up with inside the box. This is better, though, from Birmingham Legion. Everything is just a bit quicker, better rotation within the midfield, gives him the ability to play both outside and through the center spots. I like the fact that when one player is stepping out, another player is filling that void. Bruno Lapa has come to the bottom of the screen a ton here, and as he rotates out to try and find a way to get involved with the overlapping runs from Johnny Dean. Good little drop down in by Enzo Martinez. You've still got a representation up top. They certainly feel like they're right on the doorstep.
Reed. Chapman Page dwelled on it a little bit, but plays it centrally for Williams. In the end, it's deflected back out for a Miami throw. In the end, some trickery there from Asiadu, gets Birmingham out of trouble. Like for a moment he was making a little bit of a meal of it, but did well in the end. Ball sprayed over to Roof. Martinez. Snuffed out by Williams. Reed picks it up for Miami. Chance to counter here if they hurry. Velo for Rivas. Murphy in the middle. Joaquin Rivas into the middle. Harivo just took a little bit of a touch on it. It's going to be a Miami throw. Rivas nearly finds Kyle Murphy there. Segbers back in to the penalty area. Velo trying to play it on for Reed. Sent back in towards Murphy. Birmingham have it well covered. Aguidelo holds up the play, wins a throw for the Legion. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesday night, 7 Eastern, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Sean St. Jacques, Devin Kerr here with you. Miami leading over Birmingham. Lamar Walker, who has since been substituted, scored a beauty in the first half. And since then, Miami, as they did here against Lou City, has kept it at 1-0. Trying to hold off another big Eastern Conference foe on their home pitch. Rivas. Below for Stanley. Back for Paco Craig. Pressured by Aguidelo, who missed a penalty in the first half. Or I should say had it saved by the birthday boy, Jake McGuire.
There you go. Either way, didn't end up in the back of the net, did it?
No, it did not. Certainly a miscue. Segbers. Roof dispossesses him, but Speedy Williams picks it back up. Came off of Aguidelo. Play continues to Stanley. Florian Valo. Past the referee into the path of Williams. Williams back to Valo, who tried to chip it towards Murphy. Out it goes for a goal kick as those two again couldn't quite link up.
Valo actually starts the movement. He's the one who plays the ball in the cut inside to Speedy Williams, and the trailing run coming back forth by Johnny Dean, just slow to recognize it. What's he doing on the tail end of it, though? Is he trying to pick out the far post run at Kyle Murphy, or was it a half-hearted effort to grab the second goal of the night?
Looked like his reaction at the end was more along the lines of a pass.
I'm with you. Still, the marksman that he is, that was well off for his ability.
Miami's trying to make it 4 wins on the bounce. Another good ball into the middle. Murphy lurking. Birmingham just about smuggle it away as Van Oekel gets on top of it. Great effort from the number 9, just couldn't get a boot on it.
This is why he's one of the best center backs in the USL Championship. How good is this run by Alex Crognali? Reads it from a mile away. Closes in on Kyle Murphy, gets stuck in. That is textbook defending from the center back.
Dean. Lovely ball floated into the penalty area. Asiadu across the middle. Callum Chapman-Page comes up with a great defensive play at the other end. He stays down and wins a free kick.
He's trying to one-up Alex Crognali.
Almost a mirror image.
And both of the right-sided center backs. He's a little bit further behind in this situation. Still able to get a touch on it. More of a last-ditch effort as opposed to understanding exactly positionally where he should be. The tug on the backside. Asiadu 3v1. Great job bringing it down off the chest and still able to bring it back across.
If the result holds for the time being, Birmingham would stay in 4th, but Pittsburgh have a game in hand on them, and they're just 2 points behind of the 4th spot. Miami would just be 4 points back of Birmingham.
how's the rest of the Eastern Conference too? Detroit and...
Yeah, 0-0 in that game. Detroit, Indy.
Tulsa knotted up with Atlanta United too. I mean, Tulsa can squeak out a win. They're within 2 games, 6 points of Detroit City overall. Detroit City, they get a win. They can find a way to continue to push themselves up, get closer. Miami, Pittsburgh, you know, the odds of a top 4 finish were a foregone conclusion for their fan base earlier this year. Now just sitting right there at the playoff line. Pressure continues to mount for everybody really in a top 8 spot, regardless of where they sit.
This is Dean for Birmingham. Cross the middle. Good clearance again. In the middle there, Akinyoti defensively. Lou City leading 2-1 at the break against Sac Republic. Tampa Bay leading Vegas 2-0 at the half in that game. Good chance into the middle again for Birmingham. Lapa on the follow, equalizes.
All right, we got subs.
That's the fight we've come to expect from Birmingham Legion. They've been knocking on the door all half, and Bruno Lapa brings them level.
It had to come from one of the midfield 3.
You want to change it?
And you knew it had to be the combination that has been so great here in the second half of Asiadu and Bruno Lapa. Getting out of their comfort zone, attacking the wide areas to then come back to the center spots. They've given glimpses of what could be, but the brilliance finally shines bright here in the second half. Bruno Lapa into the bottom corner. His 5th on the year. Asiadu, in theory, a little bit of a hockey assist, right? The ball back across. The trailing run not picked up. The second and third effort for both of these teams tonight is what has given them the advantage. And we're back to square one.
Both teams about to make some changes. Sadiq Balarabi is going to come on for Juan Aguidelo. He has to be feeling a little bit better about things after missing that first half penalty.
Leaving the match is number 99, Juan Aguidelo. He's replaced by number 29, Sadiq Balarabi.
Wait.
Miami has a couple of changes coming as well. Junior Palacios is getting ready to come on.
They're just rethinking a couple of things, though. They had an idea immediately of what they were going to do. Now all of a sudden, the goal comes in. And just a balk with the 4th official as to whether or not they're going to go through with all the moves.
Joshua Perez looks to be getting ready as well, and he is going to come on for Joaquin Rivas, it looks like. Palacios will come on for Callum Chapman-Page, who was a little banged up after that last sequence.
And he's also gassed, too. He was cramping pretty bad behind the scenes. It's not a bad performance by Callum Chapman-Page whatsoever. It's a game-saving tackle, foul or not. And a way to inject some more life for both of these coaches. Larby up top for Tom Sohn. Find a way to get that go-ahead goal. Again, you're starting to get to that point where you've got to find a way to stay relevant. You know, coming into the night, Louisville sitting in the 1 spot, Memphis 2, Rowdies 3, Legion 4. Yeah, that's a whole nother story now. Rowdies 2, Legion 3, Memphis 4. Of course, Memphis are going to do battle in about an hour and a half's time at Orange County. You blink and everything changes in the Eastern Conference. It's just that congested.
And leading the match, number 17, Joaquin Rivas.
And these teams at the top are so good this season.
Number 7, Joshua Perez.
Still 18 minutes for it to change again. Referee wants to see the ball come to a complete stop. Looks like Prosper Kasim is getting set to come on as well for Birmingham. Bottom of your screen just there briefly, number 10 in white. And Tom Sohn's boys have once again shown that road warrior mentality we've seen all season long. 8 victories away from home this year. Miami have plenty of firepower. Perez, the substitute, looking for Murphy, couldn't get it to him. And the attack fizzles out.
What? No sub, no sub, no sub, no sub.
Birmingham will hold off on potentially bringing on Prosper Kassim.
Step back this way to the right corner. Step back to the technical area, 10. To the technical area. Send it back to the technical area to the right.
And that really is anyone's game here. All three results are still very much in play.
A reminder, at this time of the year, historically, you can look around and talk about games in hand, this, that, and the other, but when you have to chase points down, in theory, it looks great that you're in the driver's seat, that you can garner more points. You still got to go get your business done, right?
Martinez for Lapa into the side netting. Now Birmingham really turning the screw.
So when teams are off, when teams are behind, in terms of fixtures, 9:01, the Riverhounds find a way to go out and put your stamp on it. Legion have been much better here in the second half. Look how quick they just moved through the ranks. Bruno Lapa coming out from the middle, starting to favor this right-hand side more and more, and yet still breaking right through the ranks. Defensively, Miami FC have no answer for him.
Am I playing left side?
They're not able to track the runs. He's just sitting off the left shoulder of Aiden Stanley, but then all of a sudden he cuts back to the inside. And a good job, by the way, by all his teammates behind him, because they're stepping into the space that he's vacating.
Williams. Adonijah Reed. Good half turn in the midfield, but he's quickly collapsed upon by multiple Legion defenders. Palacios will let it run out for a Miami throw as we approach the end of the 75th minute. A couple of changes now are going to come for the visitors. Prosper Kassim, he's going to come on for Harivo, it looks like. And then Marlon, he's going to make way. Mateo Bunbury, he's going to come on as well with 15 minutes remaining.
For Birmingham Legion FC. Leading the match is number 20, Zach Harivo.
So Harivo and Marlon off, Kassim and Bunbury on.
And leading the match is number 11, Marlon Santos. Replaced by number 47, Mateo Bunbury.
Let's see if he tweaks this into a 5 now, if you're Thompson. With the amount of speed that you have, all the players on, drop into 3, see if you can overload some of the channels. That's where they've been at the best here in the second half.
7 goals, 5 assists this season for Prosper Kassim. Lovely ball threaded through for Florian Vallo. Looking into the middle for Reed. Still a chance for Murphy. Out for a goal kick.
How many chances you going to get here in the second half if you're Miami FC? Not a ton. Birmingham Legion have been great. That's defensively. You cannot undervalue the efforts that have been put forth by all these guys. The recovery runs, the ability to close down space. That's Johnny Dean coming all the way over from his right back spot to lock down the first half substitute. Adonijah Reed coming from your goal scorer, Lamar Walker. It's good ball movement by Miami FC. It's just better defensively by the visitors.
Coniale couldn't quite get it to Mikey Lopez on the far side. Vallo gets it back. Reed, lovely little ball roll through the back line. He nearly squeaked it all the way through that Birmingham defense. Kassim comes out with it in the end. Nearly a brilliant moment there from the substitute, Adonijah Reed.
And just keep an eye within all the movement that is the Birmingham Legion over the past couple of minutes. All of a sudden, you've got a brand new front line. James, Malarabi, and Bunbury. Enzo Martinez comes underneath next to Masidou. They basically moved Bruno Lapa into the out-and-out 10. Kasim's come to the right side. I mean, everybody's all over the pitch right now. Jake Roof has come to the interior. Mike Lopez has gone to the left back spot where he started the match.
Ball in behind for Murphy. Into the middle, flag is up. Murphy in an offside position.
Come on, keep getting on the ball. Drop back in, nice.
Anthony Pulis, who did pick up a yellow card in the first half. Still marshalling the troops, I should say, and must still feel like there's 2 more points to be had in this game. It really could go either way. But it's been brilliant from Birmingham these last 10-15 minutes. It's going to be another foul and a free kick. And a yellow card for Stanley, holding up the play. So Eden Stanley sees yellow. Miami have a set piece to defend. Kasim.
Your attention, please. A yellow card has been issued to Miami FC's number 12, Eden Stanley, in the 79th minute.
Kasim whips it in. Doesn't get past the first defender, Williams. Picked up by Lopez. Asiadou. Nice ball back into the path of Lopez, who's looking for Kasim initially. Now Kasim gets it, and then he's cut out by Craig. Velo looking for Murphy. He gets on his bike to retrieve it. Martinez, though, does brilliantly well to get it back. And that will take us through 80 minutes. A push and a chase by Prosper Kasim, who gets free down this near side. Kasim takes a deflection. It's going to go out for a corner for the Legion. Can Tom Sone's group turn things around here in Miami?
What's Josh going out short for, Max? Josh! No, there's only one on the ball!
Anthony Pulis barking out his orders. Kasim takes it. Craig all over it.
Up! Get to the ball!
Still a chance for Birmingham. Lapa. Asiadou. Ball out wide in the end is wayward from Balarabi, and it is out for a goal kick. Miami will make a change. Romeo Parks is going to come on for Kyle Murphy.
Leading the match is number 9.
Like for like change up front to try and give Miami maybe a few more chances at getting the 3 points.
Hey, come on!
5 goals this season for Romeo Parks. That's second best on the team behind the man he comes on for.
Well, the shout over and over again from the sideline from Anthony Pulis has been, come on, keep pushing. The problem is they're on their heels right now. They've got to find a way to get more positive within their actions. How do you start to counteract it? Well, I would start with some of the extension up top, playing into Romeo Parks' feet. The construct of the game has changed. First half, you had the ability to go from a Paco Craig to a Speedy Williams into Florian Velo, find runs into the channels. That's not the case anymore. Sometimes it's better not to be as rigid in nature and fight back. Just take what the game is giving you. And right now, you do have the ability to counter and get into the wings and find a way to take advantage of some of the space down into the channels. But as soon as they sit back like this and win the ball, they're just nonchalantly going about their business moving forward, almost like they're content with the draw, right? With the 1 point, because Legion are not. They are continuing every single tackle. Higher effort, faster play, more runs, more rotation, a ton of questions being thrown at them. And Legion, at this rate, they seem determined to go and find themselves a go-ahead goal.
First time in 4 games, obviously, after those 3 clean sheets that Miami have conceded. Martinez. The Legion trying to turn it all around. Asiadu. Balarabi back out wide for Lopez. Lapa for Roof. Lapa equalized to get Legion back on level terms. Now Enzo Martinez flicking it out wide for Dean. Dean's ball into the middle, blocked. Was there a handball in there? Multiple appeals from Kasim. Asiadu sends it over the top. Well, Birmingham looked convinced that this was a penalty.
I thought this came off his chest. Oh, it's a much better look. How close is the hand to the body, and is it moving away? Or is he trying to bring it down by his side?
Leading the match is number 8 for
does ricochet.
Number 7.
See, to me, that's the elbow, and he's got it tucked in next to his torso. That angle gives you a much better look at the fact that his arm is closed in on the body itself. That is a natural position, and it's off the deflection. Right? There's nothing you can do if you're a defender in that situation. That's the right call.
Meanwhile, Bruno Lapa, the goal scorer, makes way for Ryan James for the Legion, their latest change. Ball is floated out to this near side, bouncing away from Prosper Kasim. As we approach 5 minutes left of the 90. Tom Sohn's group have got it back level. They've been the more likely in this latter stage of the second half to scoring again. But Miami are capable. Off the counter, it's lovely, threaded through for Parks. The substitute for Miami! Van Oekel denies him. Out for a corner as Parks had the game at his feet.
Approaching his 36th birthday, you would never know it. Look at how quick Van Oekel comes off his line. Crognale knows that he can't step in any further. The slide back over defensively in the 2v1. You can't close the space down. Parks 1v1. Van Oekel to perfection to save the day.
Both goalkeepers coming up trumps as there's a little bit of action away from the ball. Referee on it. Call here to take a look at it. I think a Birmingham player hit the deck. It's tough to tell if there was much in it. Referee making sure things stay civil inside the penalty area. Aiden Stanley on the corner. Can Miami steer it back their way? Stanley's ball in. Crognale all over it defensively. Adonijah Reed on the recycle. It's floated back in towards the penalty area. Falls for Paco Craig. Velo out wide. Stanley blocked. Akinyoti for Craig. Parks. Miami will recycle it again. Segbers. Perez. Space here for Stanley. Velo stays with it and crosses it into the middle. Nobody there in a light blue shirt. Once again, Florian Velo had the right idea. Nobody took a risk to make the run.
Well, that's certainly not a good conversation to be having in the 88th minute, that was their best spell of possession of the half. 40 plus minutes, excuse me. Of course, we all know the mathematics are usually off on my end. 88th minute, and all of a sudden, you find a way to put the ball on the deck, move it more impressively. It's funny, I mentioned the chance that was Kyle Murphy on the back post where he hit the side netting, how that was, you know, pretty indicative of how the year has gone for him. I would make the same argument. That's a handball as well in the back end, still a foul before. I'd make the argument, though, that's exactly how Miami FC season has gone, where you've seen in 90 minutes, we see 20 all the way up to 75, 80 minutes of great play. And then the other stuff, just poor decision-making and lackluster, which pushes them away from their ultimate goal.
Parks. Again dispossessed, this time by Enzo Martinez. Prosper Kasim has Dean on the overlap and plays it for him. 89th minute. Dean, Kasim couldn't sneak it past Jake Maguire. Did you ever have to play on your birthday, Devin, in your career?
I did. It was okay. The celebration afterwards was great. No, it happened one time. You know, the way that it felt for me was at the youth level, you've already, you know, you're in season play and it's no big deal, and so that's simple enough. When you moved into the professional level in the United States, and I bounced around as a utility player, our calendar is different. You're not in season. My birthday's in January.
Same.
So at worst, in the best of ways, you're in camp, and it's the very beginning of camp. And back then, in, you know, mid to late 2000s, you really didn't start camp till like mid-February. Sometimes it would start in late January, though. Otherwise, the only time I ran into it in the 08-09 season when I was in Germany, playing for Alten 39, and it wasn't too bad. Again, plenty of libations after the fact. We won as well, so that was always nice.
Paco Craig, as we approach injury time, still very much up for grabs this contest. Lamar Walker's first half screamer canceled out by some beautiful precision from Bruno Lapa as we're into 4 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this Eastern Conference top of the table tilt. 6th hosting 4th. At the moment, Birmingham Legion will go up to 3rd. If it stands and if the results go their way everywhere else. Velo nearly got in behind there. Past Enzo Martinez, wins a corner. So composed on the ball, Florian Valo. We've seen that a lot tonight. Miami get a set piece opportunity again. Can the hosts snatch it back? Valo towards the back post, nearly to Paco Craig. Adonai Jareed convinced it's a Miami throw, lets it run. Speedy Williams. Segbers. Of course, there was that big Juan Aguidelo missed penalty before any goals went in at this end of the pitch in the first half. Jake Maguire coming up with a big save. Anthony Pulis has been fired up all night long for Miami on that touchline. He's kept himself on a yellow in the second half. Anthony Pulis.
Still time. Still time.
Both coaches have been showing you the passion and the fight that we have come to expect from playoff contenders in the USL Championship. James, the substitute. Balarabi with a push and a chase on this far side and able to squeeze it into the middle, and Paco Craig had to be aware Bunbury was making the run, trying to pick up the pieces. Martinez to James. Dean. Still a minute and a half left of injury time. Can somebody turn 1 point into 3? Martinez couldn't win the header. Miami clear it. Ball headed down nicely for Enzo Martinez. And a shot blocked by Paco Craig. Balarabi took aim. Had 3 of the 4 minutes added on Miami, maybe with a chance to counterattack here. Parks and Reed give chase. Roof is there defensively to retrieve it. That might be Miami's last big chance. Birmingham still have time if they hold on to possession to create something. Lopez up ahead. Bunbury stays onside. Lopez gets it back from Martinez. Mikey Lopez goes down.
That's card.
And it's going to be simulation, I think. At the bare minimum, yeah, it's going to be simulation. I was going to say bare minimum, it's going to go Miami's way here. Mikey Lopez, in the end, is going to be booked for diving here. And that might be the last big chance of the night.
Well, I'm with the sideline here. My question is he off balance, or is he looking to try and initiate some sort of contact that turns into simulation? At this stage in the game, you got to give the player the benefit of the doubt. I mean, it's 95 minutes in. Mikey Lopez not known for theatrics, and trying to
your attention, please.
Insinuate that there is anything
Birmingham Legion FC,
other than what's right in front of him. Touch back through, back over. Yeah, that does look a little bit more like he leaned into it, right? That he is looking for contact.
He's barely touched, I would say.
Yeah, and there's certainly not enough in it. You know, I was with them and the sideline argument that at the run of play that there was some momentum for it, but not enough to point to the spot. Certainly not enough to push them over line and grab 3 points. Good news is nobody behind them really made a move. So if you're Legion and you're Miami FC, you're sitting right where you were, considering the fact that Detroit City still locked up and FC Tulsa are down 1-0. So not the end of the world. The problem you're going to run into is your Birmingham Legion, all the teams around you have an opportunity. Louisville are taking care of business. Rowdies grab 3. Memphis could grab 3. All of a sudden, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds with the game in hand going. We still got an opportunity for top 4. Well-fought battle between the two of them, though.
In the end, 1 goal each, a point each for Miami and Birmingham. Like you said, Devin, Birmingham go up to 3rd for now. Miami stay in 6th. We'll take a break, and we'll wrap up this great Eastern Conference contest next.
Some people think Miami is just flamingos and palm trees.
And hell yes, we have badass sunsets.
But Miami's Little Havana,
Doral,
Little Haiti,
Hialeah,
Wynwood, Coconut Grove,
Kendall,
Calle Ocho,
Sweetwater,
Homestead,
cortaditos y coladas,
empanadas y croquetas.
is so much more. This is the 305.
This is who we really are. This is what we are all about.
I am Latino.
I'm a disruptor.
I am LGBTQ.
I am a villain.
I am a mother.
I am Haitian.
I am an athlete.
I am an activist.
I am a king.
I am American Dream.
I am the future.
I am
Miami FC.
Sean St. Jacques, Devin Kerr back here with you. It finishes honors even between Miami FC and Birmingham Legion. 1 each and a point each after this really exciting tilt in the Eastern Conference. Let's take a look back at the Hellbiz Live full-time highlights. 16th minute, Birmingham Legion get a penalty.
The best of the opportunities of the night certainly came from Legion, and in this specific situation, set piece ball coming back across Second shot that came off. First one off Paco Craig. Second one, Callan Chapman-Page. It's the hand. It's 12 yards out. It's a penalty. It's a save. Not the best from Aguidelo in that situation. Maguire on the birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. Great save.
Then Lamar Walker fires in the go-ahead goal, at least at that point for Miami. It's a beauty.
You mess around on the training ground before practice and after you've been run through the ringer, and you could hit 10 of these things and not hit it as well as Lamar Walker does. Just stays down on it. The momentum, watch him curl to the side that enables him to get enough power behind it, yet keep it low. He would step off the field about 15 minutes later, and then let's go find an equalizer. It would come via a Siadu. Great ball back across. How, oh how, on the strike by Miami FC, or this equalizer by Bruno Lapa. Does nobody step up on the secondary effort? Ball, right place, right time, plenty of blue jerseys, but that's the marksman that has been Bruno Lapa. After the sophomore quote-unquote slump, his third year, he stepped right up and knocked it out of the park. Again, better chances came via Birmingham Legion, but that's the greatness of both of these teams on the defensive fronts. Miami got to a point where it's okay, let's lock it down. They were inconsolable on the attacking side of the ball. Legion saw that they pushed and pushed, couldn't find a breakthrough. A well-fought point for each team.
Ton of shots, ton of chances on target as well. In the end, nothing to separate two of the Eastern Conference's top contenders. It felt a little bit like a playoff bout tonight in the 305, but after Miami took the lead before the halftime break, Birmingham's road fight showed again, and they came back to get a point. For Devin Kerr and our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques saying so long from Miami. The playoff plot continues to thicken. In the end, it's a point each for Miami and Birmingham.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.